today I am going to deal with GCD, that is greatest common divisor. Before moving on to that greatest common divisor, let me start up with the definition, that is the common divisor first. Okay, let me make you understand what actually it's common divisor, then the greatest common divisor. So let's get started. Okay, you can see the definition here. Let A comma B belongs to Z. Z is nothing but the integer. Then D belongs to Z is said to be a common divisor of A and B if D divides A and D divides B. Okay, this is the definition of the common divisor. For example, you take any A and B, any integer. I'll be taking as A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 2. Okay, you can see here both A and B both belongs to integer, that is 4 and I'll take 6. Okay, let me take 6 here. Okay, 4 and 6 I have taken. So these 4 and 6 belongs to integer. Then D belongs to Z, is said to be common divisor of A and B if D divides A and D divides B. So D divides A and D divides B is nothing but 2 here. 2 divides 4 and 2 divides 6. 2 is the only number that divides both 4 and 6 at a time. So this D is equal to 2 is the common divisor for 4 and 6. And also 1 can also be a common divisor, right? Even 1 divides 4 and 1 divides 6. Yeah, D is equal to 1 is also the common divisor for 4 and 6. So is there any other possibilities? Is there any other number so that it divides both 4 and 6 at a time? No, there is no any other number. So here D is equal to 2 and D is equal to 1 is the only common divisors for 4 and 6. Okay, 4 and 6 common divisors for 4 and 6. So this is by the definition I have explained to you. If you are still feeling difficult, there is another way, that is what are the divisors of A? What are the divisors of 6? What are the divisors for 4? Where 4 can easily divide 1. Okay, 2 2s are 4 and the 4 itself, right? Is there any other divisor? No. Similarly, for B is equal to 6, can you tell me what are the divisors? Yeah, that is 1, 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are 6 and the 6 itself. These are the only divisors for the 6. Okay, now tell me what is common here. Common in both the cases, that is 1 and the 2. So these are the two common divisors for 4 and so these are nothing but the common divisors of 4 and 6. So this is by the definition I have explained to you. And similarly, this is another way where you can easily find the common divisors of 4 and 6 by listing all the divisors of 4 and all the divisors and 6, then rounding off the common number, that is nothing but the common divisors of 4 and 6. So similarly, let us find what is greatest common divisor here. So it is very easy to find the greatest common divisor. Greatest common divisor of 4 and 6. So greatest common divisor of 4 and 6 is what? Is nothing but first round off the common divisors, or first get the common divisors, then which is the greatest number in both the common divisor, that is your greatest common divisor. So in this which is your greatest number, that is 2. That is 2. Yeah, obviously this 2 is nothing but your greatest common divisor. Okay, here common divisors are 1 and 2, and this, in this case, greatest common divisors of 4 and 6 are 2. Okay, which is the greatest number in the common divisor, that is your greatest common divisor. Okay, it's very simple, right? So I have done with the common divisor. Now let us see the greatest common divisor actual definition. First let us learn that. So greatest common divisor, in the short form we call it as GCD or HCF. HCF is nothing but the highest common factor. Okay, this is another way of telling that greatest common divisor. Okay, so let us see the definition here. An integer d greater than or equal to 0 is said to be greatest common divisor of any two integers, and like any two integers, let me take it as a and b, if these conditions are satisfied. What I am going to write it down, those conditions, that is d divides a and d divides b, and the second condition is c divides a and c divides b implies c divides d. Okay, and GCD is denoted as a comma b. Okay, GCD is denoted as a comma b. This is your actual definition of greatest common divisor. So this definition is very important. They ask for 2 marks also, so you have to write down in this form only. So let us see what the meaning of this. Let us learn what actually it is. You know how to get the greatest common divisor for those numbers by getting the common divisors for those numbers. Then the greatest one is nothing but the greatest common divisor. So the actual definition, what is this actually? So an integer d greater than or equal to 0. What is the meaning of d greater than or equal to 0? Means d can be the value of d is equal to 0, or d value can be positive number. Means d is the value other than negative number. Okay, another way of telling that. So an integer d that is greater than or equal to 0 is said to be greatest common divisor of two integers a and b. A and b, if these two cases, if these 2 points satisfies, that is the first condition is d divides a and the d divides b, and the second condition is c divides a and the c divides b implies c divides d. So if these two conditions satisfies, then that particular d we call it as greatest common divisor. So let me take the same example here, and I'll do here. So first I'll write what is the meaning of this. First I'll write what is the meaning of this. This is nothing but d is a common divisor of a and b. D is a common divisor of a and b. And what is the meaning of this? In exam, no need to write all those things. What I am writing here in the bracket, that is for your understanding sake I am writing over here. So only the thing is you have to supposed to write down till here. The bracket one is for your understanding sake. So each integer C that divides both A and B also divides D. Okay, each integer, see, that divides both A and B also divides D. So that is the meaning of the second condition. So please write down this. So let me see the example for this one. I'll take an example for this GCD definition, for this particular definition. So I'll be taking any two integers, okay, two integers A and B. I'll take the same example. A is equal to 4 and the B is equal to 6, right? So I have taken these two integers, and these two integers I have taken now. So the first condition is D divides A and the D divides B. Okay, the same example I will take here. Okay, same example I have taken here. These are nothing but your common divisors. So what they are telling here means D divides A and the D divides B. So D value here is 1 and 2. Okay, D value is 1 and 2. So this D divides 4 and D, which is equal to 1, it divides 6, right? Also what is another value for D? 2. 2 divides 4 and 2 divides 6. Okay, that is the first condition, that is D divides A and the D divides B. We have two common divisors. I have two common divisors, that is D is equal to 1 and 2, and you can see here 1 is actually it's dividing 4 and 1 is dividing 6. Similarly 2 is dividing 4 and the 2 is dividing 6. That is possible. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, and obviously 1 divides 4 is nothing but 4 is equal to 1. This is obvious, this is nothing but the 4 itself. Similarly 1 divides 6 is equal to 6 divides 1. 1 divided 6 is equal to 6 divided by 1, which is equal to 6. So similarly you can do this one in this way. That is the meaning of that. We have already discussed what actually divisibility is. So yeah, the first condition is satisfies here. Yeah, that is cool. And the second condition, you can see here, C divides A and the C divides B implies C divides D. So what is the greatest common divisor here? That is 2, right? So GCD of 4 and 6 is 2. I have written here. Okay, the meaning of the second condition is C divides A, C divides B implies C divides C divides D is nothing but, you can see here, each integer C that divides both A and B also divides D. So integer which divides both 4 and 6 also divides 2. So which are those integers that divides 4 and 6? So 2 is an integer which divides both 2 is an integer which divides both 4 and 6, and it also divides the 2. So 2 divides 4 and 2 divides 6 implies 2 divides 2, right? Hence this 2 is nothing but the greatest common divisor or HCF. Okay, the second condition also, it is very simple. Okay, this is by the definition we have discussed here. That is true. Okay, we have done with this. I will take another example here. We will take another example here. Example number 2. Okay, example number 2, that is find GCD of 1 701 comma 3768. Okay, in order to find the GCD of this bigger number a and the b, it's very difficult to get the divisors for a and the b. How we have done here for the previous problem, getting the divisor, rounding off common divisor and getting the greatest common divisor. This is simple for the simple easy or a single or double digit number. When it comes to the greater number, it's very difficult to get that method where we are actually getting the divisors, then taking out the common divisors and getting the GCD or the HCF. So in order to get the answer in an easy step, we have one method, or we have one way where actually by using that way we can easily find the greatest common divisor for any number, whether it is a smaller or a bigger. It's very easy, and the method is nothing but we have one algorithm. We call it as Euclidean algorithm. Euclidean algorithm. Okay, we have this Euclidean algorithm where we are actually using this algorithm to find the GCD of this bigger number. Okay, so in exam they can ask you to find the GCD of a and b of this particularly these bigger numbers by using Euclidean algorithm. The question will be something like this. It's very important and it is very easy, since you have done in when you are in high school, and even if you turn and see your PUC textbooks, it is there. Okay, but even the Euclidean algorithm, the theorem and the proof is also very important for your from your point of your exam. Okay, before going to deal with these theorem and the proof and the problems, first let us see what is linear combination of GCD. Okay, the definition and how to represent it. Later maybe in the next video we'll discuss about the Euclidean algorithm, theorem and the proof, and the this one problems regarding that one. Okay, linear combination of GCD. The GCD D can also be expressed as D is equal to AX plus BY, where X comma Y belongs to Z. Okay, for example, we have another way of writing this linear combination of GCD. I'll write down here. If A comma B is equal to D, then D can be written as a linear combination of A and B, that is D is equal to AX plus BY. AX plus BY, AX plus BY, where X comma Y belongs to Z. Okay, so I'll take one example here. Let me take 4 comma 6 is equal to 2. Then what is the linear combination of this? How we can write it down? D is nothing but the 2 is equal to, what is A and B here? What is A? It is 4. What is 2? 2 is equal to 4. Sorry, what is A here? A here is 4, and the X I'll leave as it is, plus B. What is B? It is 6. And what is Y? You can see here how we can equate this. What value if I put here, so that LHS is equal to RHS? So that is, you have to take X and Y as integers. So this is nothing but minus 1, and this is 1. This is 6. 6 minus 4 is nothing but the 2. So this is how we are actually representing the GCD, that is 2 here, as a linear combination of A and B, as a linear combination of here 4 and 6. Okay, that is there. It is very important because in exam they can ask you as express find the GCD and express in the linear combination. Okay, in that way they can ask you, and the example problems are also very important. Okay, let us see one example first based on GCD. Okay, find GCD of this and express it as a linear combination of 275 and 105. Okay, this is your problem. Okay, in exam they question it as find GCD of this using a Euclidean algorithm and express it as a linear combination of 275 and 105. Okay, I'll write it over here. Find GCD of this using Euclidean algorithm and express it as a linear combination of this and this. Okay, it is very simple. First we'll solve the problems. Okay, at last we'll generalize this problem. Generalization is nothing but writing a theorem, and that theorem is nothing but Euclidean algorithm or a Euclidean theorem. It is one and the same. Okay, first we'll solve the problems, at last I'll do the theorem. Okay, I have written here that is GCD, that is 275 and 105. Okay, which is the smaller one, that is your A, and which is the bigger number, that is your B. Okay, we have one property of in GCD that GCD of A comma B is equal to GCD of B comma A. Means it is one and the same only, but for your better sake just take the smaller number as A and the bigger number as 275. Okay, here A is equal to 105 and the B is equal to 275. Okay, by division algorithm, we have B is equal to AQ plus R, right? We have learned the division algorithm and we know what actually it is. Okay, so where Q is your quotient and R is your remainder. Okay, this is your divisor and this is your dividend. Got it? And what you need to do means you have to write down these values here. What is B? That is 275, which is equal to what is A? 105. Okay, divide these two so that you can easily write down the quotient and the remainder. Okay, so divide this one. I'll put up a working column here. 105 divided by 275, and it get cancels from 2. 105 into 2. You can use your calculator and you can do this problem, and if you subtract this is your remainder. Now you can substitute the quotient. This is your Q and this is your R. So I'll write down Q is nothing but 2 and the remainder is nothing but the 65 here. Okay, make it as equation number 1. Similarly, and the next step is very important. Be careful. Now what you have to do means, and this number, your divisor becomes the dividend here. Okay, and your remainder becomes the divisor here. So I'll write down, in each step you have to do this, you have to carry this one. Okay, when you are supposed to terminate, when you are supposed to stop means when this value, when the remainder will be 0, at that point you are going to stop this process. So let's get started. Okay, I have written here. Now you are supposed to divide 65 with 105. Okay, so that you'll get the new quotient and the new remainder. So if you divide this one, it will cancel from one time, and this is 65. If you subtract, it will be like 40. Now this is your new quotient and this is your new remainder. Substitute this value. This is 1 and this is 40. Okay, make it as equation number 2. Similarly, the next step, carry with this thing, that is your divisor becomes the dividend and the remainder becomes the divisor. So this 165 I'll write down here. Okay, 40 have written here. In place of this 40 I have written here. In place of 105 I have written 65. So now again you divide, because we need to get 0 here, then only we can stop this process. So 40, 65, and even this one goes one time here, so it is like 40, and this is 25. Make it as equation number 3. Since we have 25 here, so again we need to go to the next step, or we have to continue the process. So 40 I'll write it over here, and the 25 I'll write it over here, and this is new quotient and the new remainder. If you divide this one, it will go one time, and this is 25. If you subtract this, it will be how much? What is the value? So this is 15 here. I'll substitute. This is your new quotient and this is your new remainder. I'll substitute over here. This is your quotient and this is your remainder, new remainder. Make it as equation number 4. Okay, now carry with the same step, because we need to get 0 here, then only we can stop this process. So 25 I'll write it over here, and the 15 I'll write it over here. This is new quotient and then new remainder. So let me see whether I'm going to get 0 or not as a remainder. So 15, 25, and it will go again one time. So if you subtract these things, it will be like 10. This is your new quotient, and then this is your new remainder. So quotient is 1 and the remainder is 10. I'll just substitute here. This is 1 and this 10. Make it as equation number 5. Okay, go with the next step. Since 10 is there, we have to get 0, then only we can stop this process. So 15 I'll write it over here, and the 10 I'll write it over here. This is for the new quotient and the new remainder value. Again you need to divide 10 and the 15 I'll write it over here. Okay, this goes one time again. So the value is 5. So quotient is 1 and the remainder is 5. So 1 and the 5. Make it as equation number 6. Okay, the last step, maybe I think so, we will get 0 here. So this is 10 and this is 5. Okay, now divide this. Yeah, it will go 5 2s are 10. So we are getting 0 here. This is your new quotient and the remainder. A quotient you just write down 2 here, and the remainder is 0, you just write down. Okay, you can see here we have reached the final step. Means we have to do all this process we have to do in order to get the remainder as 0, then only we can stop this process. Why we are doing this one? Why we are actually doing this one? Why we are doing means to get the GCD of these two numbers. So to get this GCD of number, this is a new method. This is the method by using a Euclidean algorithm. We call it as, okay, this is Euclidean algorithm method, so that we can get the GCD of a bigger or smaller number. So we have stopped till here. And what is your GCD? Whenever you have reached with the remainder as 0, your GCD will be this 5. The above remainder what we have got, that is your GCD. At 0 you are supposed to stop. At remainder r is equal to 0, you are supposed to stop the process. And before 0, whatever the number is there in place of remainder, that remainder is nothing but is your GCD or the HCF of the given two numbers. So at last you can write down, therefore GCD is equal to 5, or in brackets you can write it down. So what is the number? 275 into 105. GCD of 275 and 105 is equal to 5. This is your GCD. So this is the way how you are supposed to get the GCD. Okay, in the coming video I'll be doing how the same problem I'll be doing, so that you can express this GCD as a linear combination. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts in this class, please text me or call me, or you can email me. In the description box I have mentioned my email ID also. You can just email me, or you can call me or text me through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you girls, take care, bye.